Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Nico if you're new here, and I am a full-time online reseller. So I am 99% clothing is what I sell on eBay. However, my son is a full-time Amazon seller, and whenever he has things that don't work on Amazon, or anyone who's a reseller knows how Amazon is, they just one day will decide, nope, that product is not being sold anymore, or whatever, or someone comes along and drops the price. So either way, my son either gives me his Amazon leftovers and then we split the profits, or he goes shopping on purpose because Amazon can be kind of boring unless you're doing, even if you're making a lot of money, it's just not the same fun as thrifting. And my son and I both really love the thrifting part of the business. Now, that doesn't always make it profitable, so you have to thrift as if you're running a business. But there are times when we've got our work done for the week and we just go thrifting, garage sailing, all for fun. We do make money doing it, so that's great, but that is not my core business. However, I want to go ahead and I always do the hard good hauls from my son. I do a few hard goods if I'm really at the thrift and I happen upon them, but normally I head right to the clothing, and I do work at trying to stay niched down just because I can list faster. That's the only reason, is that I have my whole setup behind me. It's really more designed for clothing. The clothing is on this side. Pick up the shirt, lay it on that white rug that you can see, back there. Measure it, photo it, and then it goes down in a bin on the floor, and then I'm done except for putting it away, when I draft it out. And then this area is all designed for clothing. I've got my computer, and then I have my two kinds of mailers. I have a flat rate priority envelope, and then I have a first class mailer. And so it's, pick up the shirt, go to sell similar in my own store, find a shirt that's similar, list it as quickly as I can, and then put it there. And then here is my box where I put it in the box, and then the box goes in the garage, and then I do the whole thing over. So when I'm doing shirts and pants and shorts and clothing, I can list if I needed to. I don't get this done very much because I just don't always have the amount of clothing, but I have done it many, many times because I've timed myself. I can do 75 items in 12 hours. I know other people who are much faster than I am on the group I'm on, but that is about the level of whenever I've timed myself, how quickly I can list. So I can tell you right now that with all these hard goods that I'm going to do, I've got to bubble wrap some of them. I've got to find the right box. And even though I have a bunch of boxes right over here out of the camera range, I've got all shapes and sizes of boxes there, it's still very tedious. So I only do this for my son and I, kind of as an added thing on eBay. It is much more labor intensive. It's just tough to do hard goods full time. It can be done. I know some people doing it, and it's a lot more fun, that's for sure. It's a lot more fun to shop for hard goods in my mind. But I've just chosen the clothing. But anyway, I want to show you, just in case you are an everything seller who does watch my videos, or you never know, there may be a week or two when something happens and you can't drive to the bins to get clothing. Maybe you do have to just make do for a week or two. And during COVID, I really had to make do. I mean, all my local Goodwills were closed. I couldn't leave the state because I was working as a nurse, and I had agreed to that so that, they felt that was safer with taking COVID to the nursing home that I was working in at the time. So I agreed to that. And so I just sold what was given to me that was worth selling. And that ended up to be a lot of hard goods. I sold John Deere oil filters. I did whatever it took. So anyway, guys, there are some really interesting things in here, and let's go ahead and take a look. So I'm going to be going back and forth to my son's spreadsheet. So if you see me looking for the number, that's what I'm doing. He does 99% of the work on this. He finds the item, pays for the item. Sorry, guys, I got kind of a kink in my neck. I'm going to go to cycling tonight and try to get some more exercise. I worked out yesterday, but I just feel like, I got some tension in my neck, so sorry. Anyway, so you'll see me looking at the spreadsheet and trying to find the item that I'm talking about. All right, so this guy, his name is Vinny. Let me find him on the spreadsheet. Where are you, Vinny? Let's see what number. He should be number 16. Oh, okay, 5 night. Vanny. I called him Vinny. Sorry, we have someone we know, a friend of ours named Vinny, and that's why I call him Vinny. Okay, this is Five Nights at Freddy's Vanny. He's 16 inches. He's a GameStop exclusive. Something about a security breach. I don't know what all that means, but it's like a whatever, you know, it's a Five Nights at Freddy's thing or a GameStop thing. He's a plush, and then he put FNAF in the title, which if you're selling Five Nights at Freddy's, I guess a lot of people look for it that way. So even though the tags are still attached, he does have some little tiny, he has some staining on his chest and different things. So my son thinks that we can get $60 even with the stains. And then if we don't, we just come down slowly. So I already got Vanny listed. Okay, so I'm going to get him out of our way. All right, this is number 37. So my son is pretty good at looking into gloves and knowing, you know, that they're worth. He does have to look them up himself. But anyway, this is a really, you know, huge glove. I'm sure most of you know, but usually there's a number right here that does make looking up gloves very easy. They actually are very easy. I find myself picking them up and looking them up because, you know, almost all the information you need on a glove is, you know, either here or usually right here. Once in a great while, it'll be up in here. But anyway, he is saying, let's see, I lost my number now. What he does is when he gives it to me so that I can photo it and send the whole spreadsheet to the virtual assistant, is he just puts the number on the bag. Those of you who've watched my channel know kind of how we do it. So anyway, he is saying this is a Wilson glove, baseball, softball, A9814, a Force 5, American cowhide leather, 14 inches, and right-handed. And then he said it should be worth $35. Glove is in excellent condition, no loose or broken stitching, and then he goes on. Now, what I will probably do, because my son has sold on eBay himself, not ever full-time, but he's sold on eBay a lot. He knows keywords, he gets a lot of it. But I think instead of RHT for right-handed or whatever, I'm going to look on here and see what RHT might mean to this glove. But I definitely, you know, want to put right-handed or, you know, write it out. I do think that there are keywords that people look like, you know, Wilson, glove, baseball, softball. I would put Wilson, yeah, glove. I guess that's okay. And then I would change it somewhere in this title. I need to remove something so that I can put, you know, right-handed or at least right, you know, I think on that. That's the only change I would make to what my son did on that. So that should be good. All right, guys, this is number 22. All right, so number 22 is a lot of 12 PlayStation games. So there's all these in here. They're PS2, Black Label, Tekken, Baldur's Gate, Time Crisis, Metal Gear. My son sells a ton of video games on Amazon. So sometimes he'll buy bulk lots just to get a few, or when he's out, you know, we've learned that if video games are really cheap at a garage sale, even if they're common, then we can sometimes get them. So I don't know how he ended up with these, if they're clearance, if they're things he pulled off his Amazon account, or if he, you know, just orders them in bulk, and then if they have any damage at all, he won't send them to Amazon. I don't know. But anyway, he is thinking, he says a lot of 12 PlayStation 2 games. All games have manuals. All game discs have scratches, but have been tested and work. All games are PS2 Black Label except for, and he goes on and puts more details. So all my virtual assistant has to do is cut and paste the title, cut and paste this, and then he's done. And all I have to do is photo, and then now I will have to pack these out, which is really where my time investment comes in. This is very simple. Vanny was very simple. Now I do have a VCR type thing in here, and I'm like, oh, Cameron, don't buy those. But, you know, we make a lot of money off it. He buys them, finds them, identifies them. And so for me, really, I've done hard goods years and years before I ever became just niche down based on the advice of Chris Lynn and Tekken Sports. I never even thought about niching down before that. Never even entered my mind that that was a thing or that you should do it. I just sold, you know, good stuff that I found. And I'm still obviously not niched down completely because I do this in my spare time. However, you know, other than that, it's really good for us. So anyway, my son thinks that for just those 12, that on eBay, $120 is the going rate. And that includes shipping. Now, his prices on here include the shipping. So I'll probably put this at like $110 and then put, you know, $12 shipping on that. All right. Now, this guy, see, this is why my son kind of has fun. It's kind of an outlet for him, you know, because then he gets to go through other stuff besides just all the video games for hours and hours and hours. And I raised him going to garage sales, so he kind of has the bug, but he's definitely a good Amazon seller, and he, you know, he wants to go where the money is. And right now, you know, he could be making his living doing clothing, but he is very good and very happy doing what he does right now. This is Jeff Dunham. He's a talking Walter doll plush. He's tested and he works. The back of the head has scratches from being rubbed up against something, and he goes on and on about this. He's a talking Walter doll plush with tags, works on a stick. So I guess, you know, some people want like a stick, you know, that it's a thing. So when he looked him up, that's what he said. He's definitely not new because of the scratches, but he thinks he's worth $65. I will be glad to get these all packed out, because right now hard goods always take up more space, and there's about 45 items here. 44. All right. This is number 30. Okay, number 30 is a lot of 5 PlayStation games, 4 PS4 FIFA 14, RBI 19, Madden 18 and 19, Rainbow 6, please read. And that means all games are factory sealed, but with various damage. Games included are FIFA 14, the spine of the game case is cracked. RBI 19 doesn't have any damage. And, you know, he goes on and on about the details. If you do sell on Amazon, which I also do, I just am trying to get my eBay built to a certain level again before I really do the level that I used to be on Amazon. If you've been an Amazon seller ever, you know that, like, some people, I mean, you know, it's like about these corners, it's about the seal on the corner. So I take pictures. You know, I probably took about 12 pictures of just these 5 games, even though the games don't open, you know, even though they're sealed. And then, of course, this one had this, so I took a bunch of up-close photos. But on that group of 12 video games that we just talked about, I'm sure I used all 24 photos, because I took pictures of the discs on the front, pictures of the discs turned over, and, you know, we don't have that many returns because we do take a lot of photos. But it's definitely tedious. All right, this is number 7. These are Cody James leather comp toe work boots, Western, DBL 1B. They're a men's size 10.5D. So they're right there. You can see those. So, of course, I'll take them out of the bag. I'll find a good box for these. I won't bubble wrap the boots, but I'll definitely put them in a nice poly bag so that the presentation is better. Even though these are work boots with a lot of scuffs, we're going to ask $60 on these. He says the laces are in good condition, no fraying. There is dirt in the tread. That's one thing that we do. I know a shoe seller could take these, polish them up a little bit, clean out the dirt in the soles, and probably get 100 or more, and that's fine. I just don't want to be a shoe seller. I see shoe sellers on this group that I'm on, and for every hour they spend listing, they're spending hours cleaning and prepping their shoes, and there's not a thing wrong with that, you know. It's just that I find plenty of inventory that I can power list, and so I don't want to be cleaning shoes. I just feel like I've done that, not in bulk before, but I've had 20 pair of shoes to list all in one day, and I just don't really enjoy the process of cleaning shoes. In the future, you know, if I ever do get an employee and there's more time in the day or something, and I could delegate some of those tasks, then I think shoes are amazing to sell. And those of you who clean shoes every single day, I think it's a very valid job. It's just not something that I want to do because I don't have a shortage of any other inventory, and I have learned the clothing business to the point that I have a lot of $40, $50, and $60 clothing items, so I just don't want to do it. Anyway, Cody James, these should be good. I do feel like sometimes my son and I price a little high on our shoes because we don't have a store full of shoes or boots. I mean, we're starting to get, like right now, he's given me Chacos, he's given me 2-3 pair of work boots. So we are getting up in the algorithm a little bit where we do have some probably repeat people looking for the boots that we sell. But for the most part, we're never going to compete on price with someone who has 5,000 pairs of shoes in their store. So we try to know that also and kind of lower our expectations. So I know for a fact he wouldn't have paid more than like $10 for these. Okay, this is always a bolo. I've done really good on these in the past. This is number 4. This is a vintage Rolodex mahogany cherry wood tone rotary business card file. So this doesn't even, let's see, I guess he put vintage. I don't know where the date is on this thing. I need my glasses. I don't see the date, but anyway, he looks these up. I trust him on that. Very rarely do I look something up and say, no, you've got that wrong. I do have more eBay experience, so once in a while that happens. But anyway, this is just a mahogany Rolodex. Rolodexes, even those cheap plastic ones that are vintage, those can be worth money, especially the bigger ones. So he's thinking we should get $40 on that. That includes shipping, remember. On my clothing, when I talk about it, I talk about the price plus shipping. All these prices I'm naming off, so probably what, $28 plus shipping, something like that. All right, he is really good at his toys, so I would never bother to do all the research on these toys. Even with Google Lens, I just don't have the heart for it, but I am certainly willing to take half if somebody does the work for me. That's fine with me. Teach your kids, guys. If you've got teenagers and they have the patience when you're at the thrift to go through all these, and maybe they know the name of every Brat doll. Maybe they know the name of all the Monster High dolls. There is so much money in that stuff, but you have to sit and identify which outfit should be on the doll and does it have its original outfit. And, but for someone who really already is into all this stuff, you can make a mint just doing the listing and taking half, and they're having fun the whole time. My son thinks this is really fun to look up all these things. Oh, goodness, guys. Oh, let me just hang that up. Hold on. Okay. This is becoming like a, hold on. Oh, goodness. There literally is no one there. This is so weird. I'm sorry, guys. I truly cannot make that up. I say this whenever it happens, and it happens all the time, that I work down in this office. I literally work in this office when I'm home because I travel so much. I'm not in the office 15 hours a day. But on my days that I am down here working, like tomorrow I'm taking my mom to the dentist, so I'm not in this office at all for days on end. But when I am in this office, I am down here 15 hours a day, and that phone never rings, ever, unless I'm making a video. I don't know what to say, guys. I don't believe in like creepy stuff like that, or I don't want to anyway, but it is so weird. That's why I'm laughing, because I truly have not had that phone ring forever. Hello. Hello. It's okay. No problem. Okay, talk to you later. Bye-bye. Okay. Okay, guys. So that was a real phone call. So the reason we have a real phone anyway is because my husband is the pastor of the church across the street. And even though this is our house and it has nothing to do with the church, we kept the church phone number like that all the pastors all these years have had. And we've lived here 25 years and been the pastor of the church across the street for 25 years. So, there are a lot of elderly people in our church and different things. And so just in case, we keep that. However, whenever it does ring, I answer it, and it's either a salesman or nobody there. So anyway, thankfully I did answer that. That's a little lovely guy in our church. And it took him a while. Like I said hi like 2 or 3 times. But anyway, it's good. It is good. I am really sorry about the interruption, guys. Where are we at? Welcome to my life. All right, let's get back to it. He's a little cutie guy. He just probably picked up the phone book. Yes, we still have phone books where I live, and he probably just called our number. He's looking for my husband. Anyway, this is 18. Hasbro Jurassic World 2015 Velociraptor Indominus Rex Battle Damage Works. Okay, so 2 Jurassic World Hasbro dinosaurs. Both are electronic. Both have been tested and work. The dinosaurs included are Velociraptor and Indominus Rex with battle damage. So anyway, these, I keep forgetting my number. Okay, 18. These should get us 30 bucks. And that is my puppy in the background. Ugh. He is a cutie. He loves it outside. He's so happy to be outside. So he's making friends out there. All right, this is, what is my number? I am sorry, guys. This is going to be the video. I wish I knew how to edit, so I hope you'll stick with me for all these interruptions. This is a Madame Alexander Babble Baby Blue Stripe Talking Electronic Doll 75230. He works. This item has been removed from the box but never played with. Very clean. No stains, no damage to the doll. Says over 25 real phrases. So what must have happened is he probably bought this thinking he was going to resell it on Amazon, but it had like significant box damage, because he wouldn't put, remove from the box unless he knew it was really, he did it. So anyway, we're going to get about 40 bucks all in for that doll. All right, this is number 14. This is an Oregon Scientific Ferrari racing laptop toy. 50 kids learning activities, tested and works. All right, so, I opened it up. I plugged it in. Where is the, it must have had batteries, because I know it turned on when I took the photos anyway. So yeah, so just a really, if you ever see this, he's thinking that we should get $50. The AC power cord is not included for sale with the laptop. The item has been tested and is working condition. So I know I got it to turn on here somehow. Where was it? Oh, right there.
Ferrari learning laptop. Start your engines.
Yeah. So anyway, if you ever see that, this is kind of a bolo if you ever see it. Oh, now it's not going to turn off. Sorry, guys. Hold on.
Next time, race fans.
Oh, goodness. All right. Off.
Ferrari
Oh, no.
learning laptop.
Okay.
Start your engines.
Off.
And get ready for the...
Okay. Let me put this away. It'll go off. I hope, anyway. So, anyway, yeah. Should be... I'm going to have to put this aside so it doesn't talk to us while we're doing this. But... yeah, anyway, should be about $40 plus shipping. And so for that, I'm just very picky about my stuff. That is a pretty high-end item, and it might be something that people just really want. So I'm going to bubble wrap that several times around and then kind of double box it. Not some huge big box, but just make sure that it has cardboard, 2 layers of cardboard at least. All right, this is... What number are we on? 12. This is an Epic Calico Critters Sylvanian Families Green Woody Family Convertible Toy Car Coupe. Epic Calico Critters license plate is smiley, no broken pieces. So anyway, this is a Calico Critters item, and it's going to sell for about 30 bucks all in. So 20 plus shipping, something like that. So far, this is pretty easy stuff to pack. Most of it's pretty durable. I mean, I've got like a football helmet and all that. I still wrap it and do the presentation, but I don't technically have to worry about it breaking. There's just 2 things in here that I'm not looking forward to doing, so I'm going to make myself do those first. It's eat that frog time, you know. You make yourself do the thing you don't want to do first. This guy is from the Amuse collection. I'm trying to find my number. Once in a while my son forgets to write the number, but not very often. It's probably me. I'm probably just not finding it. Let's see. Amuse, where is he? Oh, right there. He's a hamster. He's a big hamster. My goodness. Okay, this is a hamster. I would not, I guess I should know this is a hamster. He's 13.5 inches. He's 2021 with tags. He has new with tags. Plush is of gray and white hamster with pink blushing cheeks, and then made by Eloquantum, part of the Amuse collection 2021. So my son shops a lot at GameStops and at, video stores that have new toys, because he's always looking for video games to resell. So he probably picked him up in a store. But anyway, we're supposed to get $65 for him. He's all of a sudden very, very cute to me. If he's going to get me $65, he's actually really cute. All right, let's see. I don't want to hit that and knock off my, let me make sure you guys are still here. I've had so many interruptions, I don't even know. Okay, good. We're doing all right, guys. Sorry about the interruptions. Here we go. These are, what brand are these? Okay, these are one of the bolos that I wanted to show you. There's 2 pair of boots in here that are crazy. This is Chippewa. Here's the tag. Chippewa boots. Let me get to here's to make sure that you're seeing what I want you to see. Yeah, so Chippewa, that's the tag you're looking for. They look like just normal work boots, right? You'd think whatever. They are steel toe. Laces are good. I have had boots I've picked up really quickly before, not been paying attention, and these can be missing or bent. So, if you're paying $5, not a big deal. I would still sell these, but if you're paying up like $15 or $20, do double check. I know that's common sense. But just in case there's some really new resellers on my channel, I can't get that to focus. But anyway, that's not really that distinguishable. It just says Chippewa sport. What does that say? Oh, sorry guys. Sportability, I think is what it says. So yeah, just normal boots. But these are supposed to get $75 even in this condition. They are a size, what size did he say they were? 9.5 wide. Yeah. Shoes are heavily worn. Outer leather has scratches and creases. So we try to undersell it so that if they buy it, they're like thrilled with what they end up with. We try to downplay our stuff, put it that way. I do that on my clothing. I do that on my boots, all of that. All right, give me just a sec to change boxes here. All right, so this is a Magpul trucker's hat, Fudd red, green plaid, adjustable snapback mesh. This hat should get us $25. And I know most of you know this, but if you're buying hats, make sure that it's flexible and it will go down with slight pressure, but that it doesn't go like that. Because I find tons of amazing vintage hats, but when you even press a little bit, it's either already been split right here or you hear it split. And it's always depressing when it happens, but it's better that it happens to you than when they go to put it on and they go like this to get it to fit and then it cracks and then they want a refund. So I do test my hats, and I do mention that the bill is, that's the only thing that I will add to his listing here when I go to finish it. It says the bill is rounded. That's fine, but I will put that the bill is bendable and flexible yet stiff. That's what I will put. That's kind of how I list my hats. So anyway, let me see. Let me make sure this has a tag. Oh, okay. Yeah, good. I was going to say, I don't list any hat hardly without a hat, without a tag. I'm sorry. Even vintage hats, this hat in a $25 range is probably not counterfeited, but you can get those really nice hats, and I've sold hats for like $500 before. They have the shark teeth and they have all this stuff, But even if I find one and I know it's real, if it is missing its tag, I just don't go there myself. I would send it on to another reseller who is much more experienced or who's willing to risk it. I just wouldn't do it. There's so many counterfeits out there. That's my opinion on it. You can do what you want. All right, this is called Dream Cuts. It's a Zutter. It's a paper sheet cardstock cutter trimmer. It's got the manual, it's got the box, and it's in the teal color. This should get us about $125. There's a small Sharpie on one side of the Zutter. And let me show you in case you see it out in the wild. I hope you can see over the camera, guys. Let me just do this. I won't take it all the way out. It's just one of those things. It's, what is it, like a Sizzix, or all these things do different things. But anyway, it's a cardstock cutter. Just almost looks like a printer to me is what I would always think of. But if you're a crafter, I'm sure you know exactly what this is. And so yeah, $125, and I'm assuming that he paid, I'm the one who marked out what he had paid. I don't know if he paid 10 or 20 for this thing, but I had marked it out somewhere. So anyway, a good deal on that if it sells for that much. Okay, we are on number, let's see, 29. Madden 25, PlayStation 3, PS3, Sony, factory sealed with damage. So my son's very picky, you know, like about selling it on Amazon. If he can hear anything loose in there besides the video game, like if he feels like a piece of the plastic is even chipped, which it is, see, like you can see how it's cracked, he won't send this into Amazon as new. So anyway, this is going to just be sold on eBay as clearance. And what is this? Number 29, I said. So we're going to get still $25 on there. Okay, then we have a Wii white console RVL 001 with 21 games, AV cable, controller, sensor bar, and Mario. And then he's got all these games. I'll try to show you. All right, here's all the games. You know, Wipeout, Mario, Wi-Fi Fit, you know, Wii Fit, sorry. Wi-Fi Fit. Chicken Shoot, Barbie. So just a hodgepodge. But he feels like that based on other ones on there, we should get $150 for that. And it has a lot of the pieces in there. I took it all out, laid it all out. You know, took definitely 24 photos on this grouping. So I'm going to just keep this in the box it's in. Then I'm going to probably, you know, bubble wrap it once around. Or I might take out the Wii what do you call it, console, and wrap it, put it back down in here, and then find a second box. That's what I'm gonna do. Okay, this is a BBL 482 Sonic Maximizer. So let me find this on here. BBE, I'm sorry, it's a BBE 482i Sonic Maximizer rack mount 2-channel effect signal processor for parts. So we do tons of stuff for parts. Even if it powers on, if we do not fully test something, we just don't promise it works. And you know what? There's still a ton of money. It's almost like parting out a blender or something. You actually don't have to test it fully. You don't have to test the motor if you're not selling that part. You can just sell all the other stuff and make a decent amount of money on eBay. This thing, 4 parts, should sell for $100. Now, if someone is better at it or has whatever this thing does, has the, you know, I just don't even know what this is, but, you know, has what they need to test this and can make a 5-second video, or not 5-second, 5-minute video of this thing doing its thing, I'm sure they're going to make a couple $100 more off of this. But for him, I'm sure he picked this up for under $10, and we're going to get $100 for parts. Okay, this thing is so heavy. This is the only thing I'm like, Cameron, quit buying this stuff, because like this kind of stuff is just oof. All right, this is going to get us $150 though, so I will wrap it and double box it for my share of the $150. Anyway, it is a Carver Professional PM600 magnetic field power amplifier. Now, a VCR is fine. Like, I'm not a wimp. I can do a VCR. I can do all that. But this thing has to be literally like 20 some pounds. So it is heavy, really, really heavy. So the shipping that the person's going to have to pay on this is going to be pretty substantial. But I'm going to definitely triple bubble wrap this thing. I'm going to double box this thing. And surprisingly, if you keep it nice and tight and, you know, your box isn't super huge, you can ship some of these things for like 30 bucks and people will pay it. So this should get us $150 and we're going to do it for parts and repair. Give me a second, guys. Oh my goodness. All right. Let me get my last one. Tell me if these videos are too crazy for you guys. Sorry. Between the phone and my dog and everything else. Okay. I should have all these done by tonight. It'll probably take me about 3 to 4 hours. Most of the stuff's really quick. Quick thing of bubble wrap. You know, I've got boxes. What I do is I just make a mess in order to do this fast. It's easier for me to drag every size box out I have. They're just on the floor here right in front of me. I make a total mess. I put my big roll of bubble wrap right here and I just, you know, make a big mess, and then it takes me 5 minutes to do the cleanup and put everything back. I used to keep my office really neat when I was doing these hard goods, and I'd walk back and forth and find the right box, and everything looked really clean, but it took me like 3 times as long. So now I'll just lay boxes all over here and trash the place. So this is a Bauer React 75L hockey helmet, large black face mask and shield. This should go for $65. So, you know, right here, all you do, if you ever see this, I mean, obviously, you know, you just look for the numbers on the helmet, look it up, and it's really easy to identify some of these things. These things are actually very easy to look up, not even on Google Lens, but just look up by the numbers. So, yeah, $65 including shipping. So, and that thing, I'm going to put it in a poly bag. I don't know that you need to really wrap a helmet because it better be a good helmet if you're going to sell it. So, this Conair Quick Braid Automatic Hair Braider Styling Kit, 2002 vintage, new and sealed. $40 is what we're going to try to get on this thing. So if you ever see that, I think it's a 90s. It's not super old. I think it's, what did we say? 2002. It is 20 years old, but just barely. All right, this is number. I'm going to move this over so I don't shut us down accidentally. Okay, number 39. This is called. These are called 510, and they're really weird. Like I went like this to try to get the photo, but I don't know. They just. It's like the outside comes all the way around, and this is all one piece. So in other words, there is no tongue to the shoe. The tongue is all one piece. So it's kind of hard to take photos. But these are women's, and they're a size 10. But yeah, they are called 510 women's shoes, stealth ankle free rider hiking and biking. So we should get $40 for these, even with, you know, the kind of wear on them. And I always go ahead and do this too. I think my son does. I've taught him to do the bend test and make sure that you know, these aren't dry rotted. People, especially on hiking and outdoor wear, I feel like it gets stored in garages, and you know, it can get cracks in it, but these seem to be okay. All right, this is post-war Kurosawa Eclipse Series 7 DVD set of 5 Japanese films, 2017 read. So please note the outer sleeve does have some staining and damage, the 5 DVDs in the case, and with artwork, and etc., etc. So anyway, we should get $35 just for this set of 5 Japanese movies. I don't know what he paid on that. He didn't put that on here, so I don't know. Okay, this little guy. What number are we on? Because I certainly don't know who you are. Hasbro Star Wars Legacy Collection. Herchek, H-R-C-H-E-K, Calfoss. Herchek Calfoss. If you're a Star Wars guy, you certainly, or Star Wars person, you certainly know what this is. 2009 Cantina Loose. This thing is supposed to go for 60 bucks. Can you see? Let me make sure you can see. If you ever see this guy, $60. I mean, of course, it has to have the right, year and all of that stuff. But anyway, he's supposed to be worth 60. He doesn't even, he's got a holster, but he doesn't have a gun. So I need to double check, make sure he wasn't supposed to have a gun. He's loose, no accessories included. So, yep, just him. All right. This is another hat. This is an ensign. See, I'm looking for the tag on this. I'll look this up and make sure. If it's just like a, nothing really rare, but if it's like something rare like on a sports team, those are so faked, I just wouldn't do it. This is just an ensign trucking hat, oil field camo. He thinks this is worth 25 bucks. Adjustable hat, and then it does say here, driving to zero injuries and incidents. So this is just like a workplace hat. So for this, I'm not as concerned about the tag. I will check it out and see why someone would fake this. I don't think they would, and I don't think it's a problem on that. All right, 31. This is a lot of 12 Xbox One games, FIFA, Call of Duty, etc., etc. And he goes into detail. These are all open except for this one, and then this one must have some damage because this does still have the seal on the FIFA 14. All the others do, like this one, you can see the damage on the case and stuff. So, let's see, what number? There's so many video games. This one, the lot of 12 should go for 65 bucks. Another baseball glove. Let's see. This is 38. Worth Mutant Leather Baseball Softball Glove, MUT 130. This is another right-handed. The glove has cracks to the leather, so only 25 bucks. So, and he calls this the hand pad, which, see, I don't know my terms. So if I did this and there were cracks right here, I would just have to say cracks on the front of the glove. But when someone like my son, he's actually played softball or baseball, then he knows this is, what did I call this? The hand pad. So see, so that's good. And yeah, and then it's got a lot of scuffs here. I think if this were in much better condition, we'd get more. But you can see that it says Mutant right there. So still 25 bucks. All right. This thing is, what number? I know it's a clock, but okay, 34. All right, this is a Spartus clock. It is backward running. It's a pocket watch, like this is a wall-size pocket watch looking clock. It's gold, colored, vintage, works, read. So please note there's a small crack on the front face of the clock near the plug. So right here, and I took pictures of that. Back of the clock has wear. Plastic face of the clock has scratches. So anyway, 30 bucks. So just for this thing. And I'm assuming I'm the one who crossed this out. I think he paid 3 bucks for this, if I remember right. Okay, this girl, what is this? 35. All right, Bunnies by the Bay, rabbit, plush, bird, farm animals, 1996, whimsical, limited collection number, whatever. So this Bunnies on the Bay should be worth 100 bucks is what he is saying. Here is the tag. So if you see that, 26 inches in length, floppy ears, etc., checked pattern. Or is that gingham? This might be gingham. I might change that for him. But anyway, yeah, so, he loves looking through plush, or he's at least patient enough. I wouldn't say necessarily he loves it, but he has the patience to Google Lens stuff when he's just, having a day off. And yeah, so she is going to be great. And this is the kind of stuff I'm like, just buy the plush, because like we're going to get $100 on this thing. I don't have to do any bubble wrapping. You know, I can scrunch her down in a, probably not a poly bag, but I can still put her in a box just like that and she'll be good to go. That's the kind of hard goods that are just as easy as clothing in my mind. And when I take pictures of all this stuff, I use the measuring ruler just like I would clothing. Not on the video games, obviously, but on anything else I do. 23. Enter the Matrix Path of Neo, PlayStation 2, PS2, Black Label with manuals. So these two should get us $30. He says the artwork has water damage and et cetera, et cetera. So not bad for some damaged video games. Whoop, I dropped something. Let's see what we have in here. All right, this is number 26. Borderlands 2, Microsoft Xbox 360, factory sealed with damage. Never opened, but there's a crack on the top corner of the game case. So this should get us $20 still. I'm excited that so many of these are video games and that there's only a couple of hard things that I've got to wrap. 25. WWE 2K14 Xbox 360 untested. So $20. Disc is heavily scratched and is untested. A lot of people have the machines that clean video games, and I actually do because I used to sell so many CDs and video games. I'm not sure what I'm going to do going forward. CDs are so easy to find. Nobody takes the time to just sit there for hours and scan the CDs. And I have my book scanner still that I'm going to rehook up as soon as I get eBay built where I want it. I'm going to go back to also book selling on Amazon and etc. But I don't know if I, there's so many new sealed CDs, or music CDs that you can find at the thrift. I don't know if I want to get back into cleaning them. It's just one more thing. It really isn't hard, and the machines aren't that expensive. I just don't know if I want to do it. Brunswick, where are we? Oh, there it is. Pro Bowling, Microsoft Xbox 360 Connect, sealed with damage. Factory sealed, never opened, but there's water damage under the plastic seal. So, I don't know where it is. But anyway, he noticed when he was getting ready to list this probably on Amazon that there's some maybe water damage somewhere there. All right, we're on number 24. Grand Theft Auto Vice City San Andreas PlayStation 2 PS2 with manuals and map. $30 for these two. Whoopsie, he hit the ground. All right. Now this one, I really hope you pay attention to. If you're going to learn anything from this video at all, this is something I did not know. I've never heard of this shoe brand. I had no idea. Let me scroll up here. This pair of boots, these men's boots, should get us $150. They're Schnee's men's leather boots, size 11. And then here is the other tag. So I don't know what he paid for these, but he did look them up. They're made in Bozeman, Montana, so not too far from us. So probably why we, have an easier time finding them. They're really cute, but they do just look like normal work boots. The tread is pretty good, and I took like a bunch of photos of this too. But it does have kind of this, if you put your foot in there theoretically, but these still aren't in that good condition. So he put laces are in good condition, no fraying, bottom of sole has a bit of dirt, tread is still in good condition, and then he goes on. And if he didn't, I'm going to put, creasing in the leather and that kind of thing. Make sure people know what they're getting so we don't get a return. But I listen to a lot of shoe calls. I listen to a lot of bolos about clothing and shoes, and I've never heard this brand mentioned ever. Okay. Number 11, guys. Jurassic World 2020 Legacy Collection, 1993 Ford Explorer Jurassic Park. So this is a Jurassic Park car. and this should get us 30 bucks. No broken pieces or chipped paint. The sunroof window and the windshield do have a few scratches. Pair of Chacos. Chacos, I saw you on here. Chaco sandals, men's size 10, adjustable strap, hiking, water shoes, Vibram soles. You know, the straps have a little bit of dirt, buckles and straps work, so 40 bucks. All in. That's, you know, 30 plus shipping, something like that. All right, what are these? Are Vivo Barefoot Ultra 3 barefoot minimalist water shoes, men's size EU 43 or US 10. Anyway, they're so lightweight you feel like you should be able to hold on to them. Anyway, they're really mesh. They're water shoes, you know, really easy to see. You would definitely spot these. It's hard. I don't know if I can zoom in on the tag enough, but you know, it just says Vivo Barefoot is all I can say. So look up Vivo Barefoot and you'll see. I just don't really have a marking to show you as much. All right, number 6. Nike Diamond Elite Edge 13 baseball softball glove, right-handed, adjustable, DE, leather, and black. So this is 50 bucks. Nike Diamond Elite Edge. Name written somewhere. If there's ever a name, we always disclose that. There's a name written right there. Anyway, he feels like we should get 50 bucks for that. All right, 2 more, guys. 2 more. All right, this is Boral. What number are we on here? I can't find it quickly. Oh, goodness, where are we at? 43. No wonder it's down here a little bit. Okay, Boral Trucker, baseball cap, hat, concrete construction, army camo. And here is, this is on a, whatever tag that is. But anyway, it's just a work hat, Boral Trucker hat, so 25 bucks. And then this is an Arkham, Batman Arkham. What is our number? Number 28. Batman Arkham City Armored Edition Nintendo Wii U. It has the manual and everything else, but it has some water damage. So, disc with the manual and original game artwork, but you know, he noticed that like this seems to have a little crinkle in it or whatever. So, or the front artwork does. So, I guess that must be a common thing. People have their water or their coffee nearby and their video game thing is sitting there and stuff just gets spilled. But anyway, let's see, what number did I say this was? 28. He thinks we can still get 25 bucks. All right, guys, so that is it for the hard goods haul. Thank you for being patient on me trying to get this out. I'm going to box and pack all this out, and I'm going to launch a lot of these today. I'm going to launch at least half of these today. I might use some for, you know, early tomorrow morning, but I really need to get my sales up. This is going to really help. And then I've got some more hauls that I hope I can get to in the next few hours. Thank you again for joining me. If you don't mind, like and subscribe. I'd really appreciate that. Make a comment on any of the shoes. Are you willing to do like that huge synthesizer, whatever that thing is? Is that too much work for you, or do you think that it's worth it to sell big things like that for parts? Let me know. Thank you, and have a good day. Bye, guys.